All right, so I was kind of asked by a friend of mine to kind of start breaking down a few of these videos just to have conversation and see where it goes with typology. Why not? These dating guru type of guys that I find kind of infuriating for a lot of reasons. And I think I know why, but let's just let's just get moving. All right. So these charming guys, right? I don't know if you've ever seen these kind of channels or channels just like it. I always find it hilarious that people like this, for some reason, they're always like want to come up with an image of themselves like they're like some ESTP, like get a load of me, cool guy. I'm like chill with my fucking cowboy hat and my microphone and my sunglasses, and it's like the same fucking look. Andrew Tate, like all these fucking assholes. And I'm gonna give you the Bible, the secrets to the success with fucking women. It just comes across so fucking beta child to me, but you'll see what I mean.
Down step by step exactly why women are only happy in a relationship if they are consistently at the disadvantage. What I'm going to be doing is showing you very harsh truths that every single man is going to have to come to terms with in order to actually have dating success once and for all. And this is especially true with the women that you genuinely like or have very high attraction towards. So, over the years with MBT, masculine behavioral techniques, we have had thousands of students, and every single day I'm seeing guys actually getting real life dating success. So, what I would advise you to do is after this video is over, go down below, check out the presentation that I made for you. That full length end-to-end webinar presentation is going to show you how you can take some of today's
And
or thousands of students.
isn't it funny? It's just like, okay, I'm going to show you this one thing. It's the only way. Women are only happy. Only. Wow. Absolute terms. Okay, cool. All right. That's bullshit already. When she's at the disadvantage. Really? Only ever. So you're telling me we can't point to a single fucking situation that doesn't work? Because I know I can. I've seen it many times. So already speaking in absolute terms, bullshit. Okay, carry on.
Over the years, but this is actually my own dating experience as well. What the disadvantage looks like and feels like is this. Number one, she likes him more than he likes her. From time to time, he's distant, and it's hard for her to get a hold of him, or she doesn't know when she's going to get to see him again the next time would be. Like, she doesn't know when she'll get to see him again. He's emotionally unavailable, which makes him even more attractive because now she has to actually work for that approval. And he pulls out feelings of inadequacy from time to time that she experiences. So there's tons of emotion going on between the dating dynamic here when you operate this way. Also, this type of man, he's never eager to see her, or this is what the disadvantage would look like. He's never eager to see her. He lets her do majority of all of the pursuing, or even 100% of the pursuing.
What the fuck? What? All right, dude, first, what's the context? Context, right? Is this early in the relationship? Like you just met her, you're just starting to exchange phone numbers and getting to know each other? Because this might be appropriate about there. But is this really going to continue to apply when you're already been dating for 6 months or you're 2 years into a relationship? What's the context of this? This only really might apply when you're just meeting. Okay, you're just getting to know her. It's early. It's just the first few weeks. You've been on a couple of dates, about that time frame, right? Then some of this might actually fucking apply. But you show no interest really. You don't really want to pursue her at all. You don't ever really pursue her. Are you fucking nuts? You know how many girls would just be done right there because they're like, wait, no, sorry, I like being the girl that feels pursued. I'm not dealing with a guy who's just never bothering to pursue me. No. A whole bunch of girls are out already. In fact, there's certain personality types that fucking already are like, yeah, no, I don't fucking do that shit. So that's not really gonna work. Her pursuing 100% of the time? Really? All the girls are gonna fucking do that? Yeah, right. All right. Bullshit. And I would even say my own personal experience, pretty much every single fucking girl I ever had anything going on with significantly, with pretty much all of them, was always with me pursuing. not 100% pursuing. It's kind of, you do it like 60-40, so you got to make sure that she wants you, that she actually is egging you on to go after her, right? You got to have reason for it. But really, the person taking a lot of the initiative and driving things forward, yeah, it's me. And in most cases, I don't like it when fucking girls are pursuing me and jumping all over me and stuff like that. I often rejected all those chicks every single time because it's just not my style. I don't like doing it that way. So I just mentioned another good piece: style, your own preference, how you operate, what kind of girls are you into, all of that. That's context, right? You got to factor that into your little master algorithm here. What the fuck is this? What is this absolute 100% of the time shit? All right, whatever. This is a lot of fucking TIing bullshit going on here.
And she feels like he doesn't care if the relationship goes anywhere. So these are the main checkpoints you want to try to hit, okay? Or these are the main frameworks you want to operate with and live your life by.
Yeah, because there's nothing sexier than a guy who looks like he doesn't give a flying fuck about you, right? A lot of what he's saying here, like some of it holds water, okay? It's not that it's all bullshit. It's just that it requires context. It requires some nuance to it. You got to let a girl realize that she is not your everything, especially in the early days when you just met. You can't be some puppy dog chasing after her who looks thirsty, who looks like you're begging for attention, right? That's bullshit. But at the same time, you don't want to look like a guy who just doesn't give a flying fuck and you'll easily walk away and just talk to the other girl across the room right in front of her. Like, come on. Some guys can get away with that behavior, especially if you're a celebrity or you're somebody big, there are situations when you can get away with just playing it cool like a badass who just doesn't give a fuck. Yeah, sometimes. But really, women really enjoy it when you just treat them like they're just nothing. They just, who cares? Oh, come on. Come on.
So since she feels like he doesn't care if the relationship goes anywhere, he gives little certainty or even sees other women from time to time on dates. And now, because of this, here's the amazing thing. Logically, what makes sense is you would say, hey, if somebody operates like this, the other person isn't going to like them. Could not be further from the truth. The truth is, when the man operates this way, now she loves him and wants to sleep with him all the time. So if you operate your
Oh,
life,
now she just wants to give it to him all the time. Yeah, right. We only wish. Listen, how often do you just like approach a girl and right from the get go, you're telling her that you're attracted to her, you like her? Sometimes you flat out will say that directly, like, hey, you're amazing. I had to come over here and talk to you. Wow, okay. It's pretty straight up what you're all about, right? And there's other times where maybe you try the coy, the indirect approach. You just come over there and you're like, hey, love those shoes. Where'd you get them? Something benign like that. But the mere fact that you walked over there and you're talking to her like that, a lot of girls are not stupid. They know that you came over there because you're probably interested and you're coming to chat them up. You're already showing interest. You're already making the first move. You're already initiating. So like already we have a lot of just bullshit going on here. Understand there's a difference between you showing someone that you're attracted and you're interested while simultaneously you're not telling them like you're my whole world. Oh my God, I'm drooling over you. No, no, you can do both at the same time. In fact, if you have a lot of game and you come up and you do it well, or maybe you just drop a line and it sounds like a line, and the girl's looking at you like, yeah, it's a bit of a line. But if you do it with some charm, she could probably already tell that you're the kind of guy who's suave enough that goes around and he gets a lot of girls. He gets a fair amount of girls. Okay. She can already tell that you're not the kind of guy that is just like pining over her, wishing for her. Oh my God. She's already going to have more interest. She's already going to have a certain amount of insecurity that maybe you're not that interested. Maybe you might leave and go date somebody else because she can already tell you got some skills. You certainly at least have enough courage to go up and ask people out. So it's like, there's a lot of fucking nuance to this that is just completely left out. And it's kind of irritating as fuck. It's very some introverted thinking board algorithm he's got going on here instead of using like real fucking examples and statistics.
Like this, that's how it's going to play out. It's typically polar opposite from how you think it would happen. Now, here is why they actually love being at the disadvantage. What happens is the woman gets obsessed with chasing his approval and chasing his validation. So when you operate this way, what this really boils down to is that she can feel he's had more attractive women than her, which now satisfies hypergamy. This is a cold truth. This is an uncomfortable truth. What this really boils down to is
Not true, not necessary. What if the girl that you just chatted up is a fucking 10 because she's a supermodel? She's a model. She is somebody important. She's going to be fine, hot shit, and she knows it. She knows that the likelihood of you dating girls better than her, better looking than her, is probably nil. But it doesn't matter, right? That's not the key. That's not the key at all. And I've known plenty of girls who are super hot and got left behind by just good looking, decent guys that went after some other girl who's nowhere near as good looking as the first girl. Right? Just because you're super hot isn't enough. And really, that's the message you want to convey to her. You want to let her know that no matter how hot she is, that is not enough. That's just not good enough. It doesn't solve every problem for her. It doesn't make her get away with everything. And you're going to hold her accountable for things. You're going to look at her and say, yes, you're hot. I'm not denying that, but it's not enough, girl. You need more to impress me. You need more to really keep me around. And if you can get that message across to her with real conviction that you really mean that, if she can sense that from you, now you're putting her really in her place. You're checking that on. She can't feel so confident that she could just do whatever she wants now. And you're always going to come back and you're going to be a little sycophant who just keeps coming and so on. No, right? No matter how hot you are, I could always find someone just as hot. I could always find somebody who makes me happy, even if she's not as hot as you, which is really the ultimate point. Who makes you happy? Just because you're hot doesn't mean that I'm happy with you. You still need to meet my standards. Okay, there's still a validation process there, but it's not about who's hot and can I prove to you that I was banging girls hotter than you. It's like, no, this is overly simplified. It just lacks so much context. Why do all these guys always, again, they always want to look like beta types? It's like CS Joseph and shit. Like they always just want to be like EIEs or SLEs and these kind of types. I'm not saying they are those types. They just put on an image of like trying to be these fucking types.
that she can feel that he has had more attractive options in the past or even currently than her, which now satisfies hypergamy. She sees that he can attract other women. She even questions if he has been with women who are more attractive than her. And now her desire rises because she feels like she's with a winner or she feels like she's with a.
Not that they're more attractive than her, that he feels more attracted to someone else more than her. That's the difference. He feels more attracted. Your hotness isn't enough. I can feel attracted to somebody else for other characteristics, other reasons, other qualities that matter. Which for some guys, I guess they have to be told that look, just because a girl is a fucking 10 doesn't make her the greatest thing ever. All right. You got to look for other qualities besides just her tits. Okay. Come on.
Pre-selected man. So women love attention and validation, but they only love attention and validation from the man that they are desiring on an intimate level. Okay? Everyone else who gives that woman any attention or validation, she feels like she's above them and does not consider them as an option. So that's another uncomfortable truth. Everybody else who gives the woman any attention or validation, she naturally feels like she is above them, and now she.
Again, you're speaking in absolute terms. Everybody likes to feel validated. Everybody wants to feel wanted. Everybody does. Men, women, everybody. We all want to feel that from time to time. And sometimes we like getting it from just even random people just because it makes us fucking feel better. You know, women do it too. Again, it's the subtle difference, right? You can show that you're interested, but at the same time show that the girl has to be able to provide more, right? You're not as easily impressed. That's how I'd put it. I'm not so easily impressed just because you're good looking. You still got to work for it. So you're always holding back a little bit, right, from her. You can never make her feel that she's already won you over from the start without her having to ever do anything. You got to make her work for it a little bit, which I think is what a lot of this comes down to. You got to make her work for it a little bit. If she feels like she doesn't have to work for it, like you're just drooling over her just because she's sitting there, that's probably where you've lost. She didn't have to work for it. Got to make her feel like she's a normal person that has to work a little bit to earn your respect and your validation too. Okay. So it's a back and forth.
Does not even consider them an option. So if the man over validates her, a few things happen. Okay, so let's take the example over here. The guy who is operating with leverage and the guy who is not giving a lot of emotional certainty or is emotionally unavailable. If the man doesn't do those things and if the man over validates her, here's what happens. Number one, she gains the leverage. Number two, as she gains the leverage, she loses the respect for the man. So then number three, the third thing that happens is she starts to line up her replacements. Number four, she will most likely cheat, or number five, she will leave. This is the cycle that happens if you overvalidate. So moving on to
I love how it's like an algorithm that's like a foregone conclusion. This is what'll happen. That's next is gonna happen, and that's the next is gonna happen, and like that. Really, is that the only options? Like, there's no other thing else that could happen. Does this not seem, again, for my typology people, does not seem very TI shit to you? Like this is some kind of like first principles bullshit in your mind, and you've come up with this little world view. Now this little chart based on that, how everything flows from here to there. No real nuance, no context, no statistics, no data points from actual reliable sources or usage of well established, commonly known facts. What's a commonly known fact? What's the difference between that and what this shit is? A commonly known fact: the sun always rises in the east and sets in the west. All right, it's a fact. We can look outside and see that. Everybody goes, yeah, it's been that way pretty much forever. You don't have to look it up online. You don't have to find a scientific community to tell you that. We all generally know this shit already. We were taught it in school, so it's accepted as a fact, right? And we can easily verify. This, it's not accepted as fact. It's this guy's opinion on how the world works and how he thinks women and dating work. All right, whatever. But it's not actually facts. TI.
the next section. This is how women act in a healthy relationship.
Oh,
Okay? So when everybody talks about, oh, I want a healthy relationship, or
we know.
we need feelings of mutual chemistry and mutual trust for this healthy relationship, here's how women actually act in a healthy relationship.
Ah, fuck. Now we go into this bullshit. All right, whatever. He's gonna go into that stuff. I don't. I just. I don't know. You can keep watching more if you feel like it. Whatever. Leave some comments. I think this is at least helpful to talk about TI versus TE. Helps. It helps with marketing and image. Like, why do these fucking guys always seem like they're beta types, or they try to portray themselves that way? If you get CS Joseph, who's like an EIE, and CS Joseph now is down this road too, where he talks about this kind of shit. All women want this, all men are this. If women do that, then this, like, this is the way of the world, and how you have to do to be a good woman and a good man. And it's always coming from some asshole like CS Joseph, who is on like his third or fourth fucking marriage or some shit, like massive chaos. So it's like, clearly, dude, you have not figured out shit about relationships and women, but you want to fucking spout this kind of crap out. Here are these other assholes, similar image. I don't get it. like Andrew Tate, like I can't even name these fucking guys, but these kinds of people, they for some reason have this fucking look to them. I don't, but they have massive subscribers and viewership. It's amazing how they market that shit so fucking well. Anyway, whatever. Drop your opinions, drop your comments. It's controversial shit. Let the games begin.